$56,000 in just 30 days selling these sandals that famous influencers from Australia have been caught wearing. And the main reason for our success is because we were using Facebook ads, using carousel ads, targeting the Australia only market. And the reason why we did that was because at the moment with the whole election going on, the Facebook ad platform has been a complete mess. The CPRs and the inconsistencies in the ad account bans, and the reason why we got around that was because we found a winning product and we were just targeting the Australian market, and that's how we were successful with Facebook ads. Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Camille, known as the ECOM King, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down another case study for you from A to Z on how me and my business partner Mohammed was able to achieve $56,000 in just 30 days. Now in this case study I'm going to be breaking down the Shopify store analytics. I'm going to be showing you the website, I'm going to be showing the AliExpress product link. I'm also going to be showing you the apps we had installed. I'm also going to be getting into the ad account and showing you the actual ads that we were running, the actual ad types that we're running, so you guys can recreate this case study in your own Shopify store. So make sure that you grab yourself a pen and paper because you're going to learn a lot of things about this case study. Also make sure you smash the like button and you subscribe to the channel and turn post notifications on because we always do case studies on this channel. So let's get straight into this case study today. So guys, you can see I'm in the Shopify analytics for the store, me and Mohammed did, and you can see here we've changed the dates from the 1st of September to the 30th of September, and you can see we've done $56,914 in that one single month. And if I refresh the screen, you're going to see right here it's all going to stay the same. And what we're going to do now is going to stop breaking down some of these numbers. So if we scroll down, you can see here the online store conversion rate is 2.8, which is industry standards, which is great. And if we scroll down, you can see the online store in terms of sessions and sales have all come from Australia. The majority of them have, as you can see there. We did try and test out United States and Canada after we got lots of pixel data, but it didn't work too great. And if we scroll down here, you can also see that Facebook was the main platform when it comes to sales. Instagram wasn't too far behind either. And you can see here the AOV was around about $49 per order, which is absolutely great. Now, if you look at the actual year of the store, just to show you guys that this was a completely new store, we did nothing before it. And that's why it's so amazing, this case study. You can see here year to date, if we change it to that, you're just going to see here the whole year, nothing was happening. And then all of a sudden, it all spiked up during that September month. So these are the apps that we have installed on the store. We have Abandoned Cart Protector, which basically means where if somebody tries to check out but doesn't buy, this app will try and help get them to reconvert again and become a customer. Add reviews is just basically reviews pulled from AliExpress. CJ Dropshipping is a supplier. Help Center, which is basically good for people trying to get customer service from you. Hyper SKU, again, another supplier. Klaviyo for the email marketing. Oberlo, again, another integration between AliExpress and your Shopify store. Product upsells, so when we're doing upsells, that was the app that we were using. Quantity breaks, obviously, to get people to buy more than just one from our store to help with the AOV. Then we finished off with SMS, which is text message marketing. So those are the apps that we had installed on our store. So before I actually show you the Shopify store, I thought I'd show you the AliExpress link for the product just to give you guys a little bit of concept behind the actual store. So you can see here, this is the AliExpress link. It's got 2,091 orders. It's got some really good reviews. And what these are some sun beach sandals that look really fashionable. So when you go to really nice hot countries and you want to wear a nice cute dress, these are some great solutions when it comes to nice cozy footwear during the hot season. Now, the reason why we thought Australia would be the best for this product is because it's forever warm. It's always beautiful. They've got some great beaches. Also, we saw some influencers from Australia actually wearing this sandal and similar sandals to it. So we thought this would be a great product for that market. So you can see the product comes in loads of different colors to go with whatever dress color you're wearing or whatever color is in your mood. So you can see here the shoe sizes, and they've got all the different shoe sizes for women, going from really small to really big. So you're probably thinking, what did you guys even do with shoe sizes? Because China's shoe sizes are totally different to United States, Canada, Australia. So how did you get the right shoe sizes for your customer? So what we do is we contact the supplier and ask them, look, can we have the conversion from the China shoe sizes to the Australian so we can put that on our website to obviously make sure that our customers are happy with the sizes that they're getting. So to buy this product, it cost us between $10 and $11, and it all depended on the shoe size and the shoe color. Now, something that we really love about this product is we thought it would be a great product for image ads, because just by looking at those images right there, you can see here, these would do really well as image ads or carousel ads, and they did just that. So guys, you can see I'm in the ads manager for the store, and I've highlighted the campaigns that we were running during September where we did $56,000 in one single month. So I'm going to quickly explain a couple of these campaigns and then start breaking into them, showing you everything so you guys can replicate this for your own Facebook ads. So you can see here, this one's the cold traffic. So this campaign here at the bottom is the testing campaign where we test loads of new variables like ad set interest, ads. This is where all the testing happens, and then we can start scaling it out. And you should always have a campaign where you test things, like I said, creatives, actual new interest, new audience. You always want to have a campaign dedicated to actual testing. Then we've got the scaling LLA campaign, and we have the same two campaigns, one in CBO format and one in ABO format. And it's very important that when you do a campaign, you both test them in ABO and in CBO to see which performs better on your ad account, and whichever one performs better, you obviously turn off the other one and let that one run that works better. Then we've got our retargeting campaign right here. Then we've got our USA ABO campaign. And like I said before, once Australia was doing really, really well for us, we thought, why not try the US out? And I'm just going to give you guys the answer right now. It didn't work too well for this actual store. So let's dive straight into the first campaign, which is the cold interest targeting one at the bottom. Now, guys, do not get overwhelmed when you see loads of different ad sets in this campaign. You got to remember, we were adding ad sets in over time. If you look at the dates created, you can see what I'm talking about. Now, the actual ad strategy that we used in this campaign is the one I've actually got on my YouTube channel, which is where you start with either 5 or 10 ad sets in a CBO or ABO. You have loads of different creatives, and you do one interest per ad set. So I'll even leave that in the cards right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by actually highlighting all these ad sets that we started off with on day one. And I'm going to break into them so I can show you exactly what we were doing. So you can see here, I'm going to click edit, and you can see if we take a look at the actual campaign overall, you can see here it's conversions. And if you look at one of the ad sets, you can see we're doing women clothing, second try Australia. So again, like I said, we're only doing Australia. Now, if we scroll down, you can see the actual budget. Now, do bear in mind, this is in Switzerland francs because my business partner Mohammed's from there. And you can see here the location's Australia only, 45 to 64. And the reason why we went with that age range is because we did a little bit of testing before, and we worked out that that age range was the best. And from our actual research online, we also found out that was the best. And as you can see, the interest that we've got here, which is online shopping, engaged shoppers, and then women's clothing as well, to try and get those real engaged shoppers out of here. We've got automatic placements again, and if you scroll down, that is that ad set out of the way. And as you guys can see, very simple, and it's the exact same way I talk about on my YouTube channel in my ad course. Now, if we actually go over the actual ad itself, you can see here we were doing carousels for pretty much everything on the ad account. And as you can see, I'm actually going to make it into the expand mode so I can show you the actual creative right here. So if we go test desktop mode, you can see this is what it looked like, just what your outfit needs at this time of the year, created by the most brilliant designers. And you can see here, discover our summer collection today, 50% discount, shop now. And you can see the actual carousel is literally the photos from AliExpress, but just in different color variants that we thought would pop the best. And we found out that actual variant of the sandal was the one that people liked the most. So that's literally the ad, guys. It was that simple, nothing crazy, nothing over the top. That is literally how the actual creative itself looked like. And if I scroll down here, you can see a little bit of the ways we actually put it together. So if we take a look at the ad sets that I've highlighted, these were done on the 7th of September. So the first ones initially went out on the 2nd, and then on the 7th, we started taking the winning ad sets, or we actually found a winning ad set or a winning interest, and we tried finding one similar to it, and we started to scale outwards again with the same concept in terms of how we were doing things. Nothing else changed, literally just the interest. And then as you can see here, we started to scale them out and try different countries with the winning interest. So you can see this one here was the winning interest, accessories, and we tried them in different countries to see if we can try and open up the country range on that winning interest, and it didn't work that well. And then you can see we progress onto doing more interest related to the winning interest, and we started to try and play around with the age ranges. We tried playing around with certain placements as well inside of those actual interests. And if we keep going up and up and up, you can see we're just testing loads of new interests to try and find and gather. And the thing that you have to understand, guys, is it's not even just about finding interests that are profitable, it's just gathering the data. Because if you just stick to the interests that just do well, your data can slow down, which means it won't feed the pixel as quick. So if you're trying new interests out, you're going to feed your pixel a lot quicker with a lot more fresh data So that's what you can see going on here with the Vogue, all these different interests like Ellen magazines. We are just testing things that even if they didn't do well, we just want to drip feed that data into our lookalikes and stuff like that so we can progress forward. And again, everything was the same in terms of the carousel. That was all staying the same. The daily budgets were a little bit different on certain ad sets. We were doing ABO, guys, bear in mind, because we found that ABO was working better for us. And the actual ad set spend, it kind of differentiated different depending on the ROAS, depending on how well things were going for us. And as you can see, we just kept them going and kept them going and kept them going with the interest targeting, playing around, narrowing it down, playing with the budgets, and trying to drip feed that data from our cold audiences into some new warmer audiences. So guys, let's move on to the next campaign, which is the scaling LLA campaigns. We did it in CBO format and in ABO format. And like I said to you guys at the start when I was going through the ad account, you want to be trying ABO and CBO for everything you do. Everything new in the ad account, try both campaigns because you never know which one's going to work best. So let's crack open the CBO one. And you can see here we're doing super LLAs. And you can see here we're doing the 5%. Because we found out they were working the best, 5% and 1% was working the best for our actual product. And you can see here we were doing interactions and purchase lookalikes. And you can see that we only have 5 ad sets in this campaign. And that's because the CBO just didn't work nowhere near as well as the ABO, which I'll be showing you in a minute. But if you look at the actual ad being ran for the actual LLA, it's the exact same carousel that we were running in the normal interest targeting, and the actual ad itself in terms of the carousel was the same ad that we were using throughout. The only difference was in the actual retargeting campaign, which I'll show you later, which is where we actually changed the ad copy. The actual ad overview in terms of the majority of the campaigns were the exact same. So if we crack open the ABO, you're going to see lots more in here because, again, like I said, this was better than our CBO. And you can see we're doing loads of different types of lookalikes inside the funnel, 5%, 1%, 4%. And the thing is with lookalikes, guys, I'm not going to go into every single one of these. I'm just going to explain it on an overview. You've got to try all the percents. You've got to try them in groups and you've got to try them individually. So what I like to do is I like to do 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 0 to 5, 6 to 10, 1 to 10. So let's try them in big groups to start with, especially when you've got not as much data, because that way it's going to work a lot better. And then as soon as your lookalike data starts to increase and increase, you can start to basically individual them out because they've got more data on their own. So that's the best way of doing it. So the best way is starting in groups, making sure you get lots of data, then start to narrow them down. And let's say, for example, we were doing ad sets where it was like 0 to 4 or 2 to 6. If we found out that 2 to 4 was doing better than, let's say, 6 to 8, then we'll take 2 to 4 and we'll break it up, do 2%, 3%, 4%. So then that way we're going to try and find the percent in the group that does really, really well. So that's what you can see here on the screen that we were doing. We were literally just chopping everything up and working out the best. And that's the thing with Facebook, guys. You are going to be spending a lot of money and you're going to be spending a lot of time. But unless you spend that time and money, you're not going to be able to work out which is working best for you. And that's why KPIs and stuff like that are so, so important. And you can see here, the majority were under the 10%. So in terms of what was working best for our ad account was everything under 5 and 5. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We didn't really do those because they weren't working really well for us. Now, sometimes 6 to 10% works even better than the opposite way around, 5 to 0. But you just got to test this out to see what works best. Now, also, purchase wasn't the only one that was the best. In terms of lookalike value, purchase wasn't the one that was always the best. Sometimes there's add to cart that was really good for us as well. So don't just think, oh, purchase lookalikes the ones that are going to do the best. They're not always the case. Sometimes it can be add to cart, sometimes it can be initiate checkout, and that's why you've got to test them all because you just don't know which one's going to work really well on your ad account. But to talk a little bit about the budgets in here, now when you're doing lookalikes and warm traffic, you can start to mess around with the budgets, especially in CBOs. If you look back at the CBO that we're doing before, we're spending $400 a day on that lookalike CBO. It was performing pretty well, but just not as good as this ABO. And with this ABO, we're taking ad sets to 100 to 300 francs a day, which is absolutely insane. And we're also duplicating a lot of them as well and trying to spread horizontally as well. So that's how we were managing the budgets. And again, we were basing this off ROAS, cost per result. If it wasn't increasing, then obviously we wouldn't increase the price. And something that I want to touch on quickly, guys, that I really didn't touch on before any of my videos is you really want to only scale if you're getting and maintaining the industry standard on CTR. And I feel like this is something that not many people talk about, but this is something that we did, especially with this campaign, is don't scale unless you can maintain the industry standard CTR, because it doesn't matter how much more money you spend or how much more money you put into everything. If you can't maintain a industry standard CTR, it doesn't matter if you put an extra $100 into it, you're still not going to make much money because you just can't maintain the CTR. So it's very important, and this is what we did on here. We were making sure that we were maintaining the industry standard CTR, or we just wouldn't scale. And that was done on ad sets individually, not as a whole campaign, but individually. So guys, you can see my CTRs here on the right hand side where my mouse is moving here, where it's going up blue. And you can see that the industry standard CTRs are actually between 2 and 3%. And all of our ad sets were maintaining the industry standard. So it meant that we could scale. And the ones that were going over industry standard, which is like this one here, 3.75, we can scale that even more aggressively because it's actually increasing industry standard. So guys, the next campaign is the retargeting campaign. Now, it doesn't matter what you're doing on Facebook ads, guys, you always should try retargeting. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, retargeting doesn't always work on Facebook. Sometimes it'll do really, really well for you. Sometimes it just won't do anything for you. But if you can get retargeting to work for you, it can be one of the most profitable campaigns you'll ever launch because they're so cheap to launch. So you can see here, we had 2 ad sets in here, the 2 best ad sets we've ever had in terms of retargeting. We found out the audience insights. We did all the information, due diligence checks, and we worked out that these 2 ad sets right here are the best retargeting ad sets to do. And we tried it. It did okay. It didn't do anything crazy. And we thought, instead of spending the money on the retargeting, let's move it into the basic actual testing campaign and the lookalikes. And if we look at the actual ad itself, I'm going to show you the difference that we did with these ads in terms of the retargeting. You always want to make sure that you change your retargeting ads slightly in terms of the ad copy to make sure that it fits with the actual criteria you're doing. So you can see here, 10% off using the code created by the most brilliant designers. So we literally only changed one thing in the crate, which was just 10% off using code. And the reason why you want to do that is when you're retargeting people, they've already seen your original ad. You need to make sure that you offer them something new, like a coupon code, to get them to go out there and actually pay for your product. So that's what we did with the actual creative there. But apart from that, there's not much to show you guys in that campaign because we only tried it. It didn't do well, so we scrapped it. And then we move on to the ABO USA campaign right here. And we do have a lot of stuff going on in here, guys. That campaign has got a lot of ad sets. It did okay, guys. Like, look, we have a lot of ad sets in here. We spent a decent amount of money in here, but it only got us 9 sales. So that's what I'm saying. And that's something else that I want to touch on. If you've got a pixel with over 80% of data on one country, so for example, we had a data over 8% just on Australia on our pixel. When you try and get into new countries like the USA, like in this campaign, it's just not going to do well because your pixel just wants to target on Australia for our case. So if you try and put it into something else, it's just going to reject it and throw it back up and not want to do it. So we tried USA because we thought that's the way we're going to scale it out and try and hit $100,000 in a month, even maybe $1 million in a month, but it just wouldn't plan out. So then what we did is we went back to the trenches again and we went into the cold traffic campaign because this is the actual campaign that actually did the best for us, guys. That's why it got us 808 actual sales, which is insane. Now, this is something that does happen. Your actual testing campaign can sometimes be your best campaign in terms of profitability, sales, and just overall optimization. So we just kept going in the actual testing CBO and we just kept doing again and again and again the same stuff over and over again. The best winning ad sets, we kept repeating them. Sometimes it was inconsistent, sometimes it wasn't. Something that I wish we did though is I wish we did a bit of manual bidding, because I feel like manual bidding would have been able to take us to maybe 100,000 a month. But we did get hit by a lot of inconsistencies with the ad account. So that's what actually slowed us down in terms of the store itself. In terms of October, what we've done, we've only done a couple of $1,000s. In terms of September, that's where we did amazing. But we've gone over a few ad account issues that have kind of slowed the store down. I feel like manual bidding would have definitely helped with scaling it out to the next goal that we had in plan. But overall, I'm pretty happy with what we did in the ads. I can't complain. We did very, very good. I hope you guys have learned something from me showing you this in terms of the ad account and explaining some things that we've come across. But overall, guys, what I'd say is if you're currently struggling with things like inconsistencies or fatigue, try not to target the US and Canada. We were really consistent for the first month, but then again, like I said, we hit a few ad account issues and it slowed us down in the second month. So guys, this is the website and it's basically a niche store website for these shoes here. And you can see here, here's the logo and the name of the store. And the logo is basically a fancy C and a fancy S, which stands for the start and the last name of our store name. And then you can see here, it's a shop. and then our collections, track your order and contact us. And it's got like this nice little animation when you go across them, and it says in the shipping bar here, free shipping worldwide. And then we've got the slideshow going across, and it says welcome to the affordable shoes and sandals. And then when we scroll down here, it says what is our brand, and it explains what our brand does and what our brand offers. And this is a great way to build trust with the customer. And just by taking a look at the website straight away, it makes the customer feel like we're the people that actually own and make this product. So when they come to the website, they're going to feel very confident and comfortable buying it from us. Then we show some other images of the shoes, and then it says shop by, and you can either buy the heeled version or the flat version of them, which is obviously our winning product. And then here comes the actual product page here, and you can see here we're selling them for $34.99, and we're saying to customers, look, you're saving yourself $35 right here. And you can see here we've got all the different sizes, and we listed them in US size instead of Australian sizes, just to let people know. And then you can see here we've got the attention saying that, look, a lot of the stock is currently sold out. And then you can see here we show a Giphy of the animation showing how soft and how nice it would be walking in these. Although they look really nice, they're going to be very comfortable on your feet. And you can see we're highlighting certain words in certain colors for color psychology. We've also highlighted and bold some words to make sure that people that read this know that these are important things that you need to be listening to when reading the product description. Then we go over the design format and how it's good for your feet in terms of heat and comfortability. And then we go over the different colors that we have. And then we talk about why customers, why we're so focused on customers. And then we've got our testimonials, then our photo right there. And you can see just from looking at the website, guys, it's really just a niche store branded around this product. So I want to quickly show you the mobile version of the website, just to show you that it was optimized for mobile as well, which is more important because that's where 80% of your traffic's actually going to come from. And as you can see here on mobile, it's looking really, really nice again, and really well optimized for mobile. And at the end of the day, guys, the key takeaway from our website is we kept it simple. 2 colors, black and white. We kept the actual theme itself simple. We didn't go too crazy with the product descriptions. And that is the key to success when you're wanting to get a branded, general, or niche store. Just keep it very, very simple and let the customers do the rest for you. Now, you're probably thinking, how did you even find this product? Now, me and Mohammed didn't even go to your typical winning product sites to find this product. What we thought is, well, let's have a look at a few influencers at the moment that are currently going trending, currently very successful in 2020. Have a look at what they're doing in terms of a lot of influencers that you see, even really famous ones, they all have dropshipping products in their actual Instagram feed. So if you see one that they're promoting, go out there, or if you see one of them wearing a product that they've got from AliExpress, go out there and promote it. So we thought we'd go to this website where it lists all the different influencers that are currently doing really, really well during 2020. And we thought we'd look for an influencer outside of the United States and Canada, because obviously we don't want to be going for those kind of influencers, because it means their target audience are based in those countries. And at the moment, the United States and Canada, with the election and whatnot, isn't the best countries to target, especially on Facebook with the inconsistencies. So we found one in Australia, and we went through her actual Instagram, and we found them actually wearing, a couple of really famous influencers from Australia wearing this exact same sandal, if not something very similar to it. And we thought, wow, this would be a great product for this actual store and this current time. So guys, that's going to be it for today's case study and how we were able to achieve $56,000 in just 30 days. Let me know what you think in the comment section below of this case study today. Let me know if you want to see more case studies, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.